Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to discuss how to install Tensorflow and Keras for deep learning. So the right way to install these modules for deep learning is to first create a new environment instead of installing it in the base environment um, that has already been created using Anaconda. So why do people do that? Because sometimes when we are using the other modules along with TensorFlow, like NumPy um, and several other modules, the version of the modules that we usually use along with the TensorFlow, which is compatible with the TensorFlow, can vary with the modules that we usually use for machine learning. So it's always better to install the TensorFlow in a new environment with all its dependencies um, separately in that particular environment so that everything can run smoothly. So you can see here that what I did is I clicked on the create button and I am now naming the environment that I'm going to create in the Anaconda. So this is the name I gave TensorFlow. Then I usually you should use this version minimum 3.10.14. Uh, why? Because it's better to install a Python version that is not the latest one, but somewhere in between, um, because when a new version is created, there are a lot of debugging that has to happen, and the modules need to be compatible again with the new version. So, but when you install a previous version, the modules are already compatible with the older versions. So that is the reason I selected 3.10.14 instead of the very latest Python module. So you can see here that I have mentioned the same thing here, that if you select a version, you are going to see some conflicts with the dependencies. So it's always better to install a little bit of lower version of the Python. Okay, so now that our TensorFlow environment is ready, we can go and search from the not installed modules where is TensorFlow. So you need to select only the TensorFlow. See, there are several modules with the name TensorFlow, right? So you just select the one with the name only TensorFlow. Okay, so this is the one, and just click on apply after that. So there is no need to install Keras separately because in TensorFlow 2.0, the Keras is already included in the module installation. So just click on apply. So this window is going to show you that what are the other packages those are going to be installed along with the TensorFlow. So you can see here that you can see NumPy as well, Keras also. Okay, so you can see the other things those are coming up with these packages. Okay, so click on apply. You need to create the Python kernel as well that is going to use this particular environment that you have created using the Anaconda Navigator. So for that, so you can see that the TensorFlow has already been installed. So if you go to the modules, those are installed. Starting with the name TensorFlow, you can see that TensorFlow is already there in our environment. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to go to the Anaconda prompt to install the Jupyter kernel that we are going to use. Um, okay, so the next thing is installing the Jupyter Notebook in the environment that we created. For that, we have to go to Anaconda prompt, and now what we can do is we can see all the environments that is there in Anaconda. Okay, so just you can refer to this note. I will share this note as well that I prepared for the installation. Okay, so now first thing you need to do is you need to check all the environments that are installed in the Anaconda. So you can see that there are now two environments, sorry, three different environments, but um, the major environments that we should know is base and TensorFlow as of now. Okay, so the asterisk symbol shows that the currently active environment is base. So you need to first activate the TensorFlow environment, and now you can see that the TensorFlow environment is active. Now the next thing is, so why did I activate the TensorFlow environment? So to install anything on the particular environment, that environment needs to be active. Okay, so now what we need to install is we need to install the Python kernel to run everything from this particular environment. Okay, so let's go ahead and install the Python kernel in this particular environment. So what will happen if you do not activate this particular environment and start installing the Python kernel? So it's going to actually mess up with the already created Python kernel that has been set up for the base environment, right? Because until and unless you select it for the TensorFlow environment that we created just now, it's everything what you do, what you install is going to be in the base environment. Okay, so okay, so now what is happening is the Python kernel is getting installed, right? So, but we also need to name the Python kernel that is being installed. Okay, so just use this line of command, post this installation, and will be good to go with the naming of the environment. Okay, so it's not necessary that you give the same name that I have given. You can give your own name. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm giving the name as Python TensorFlow env. If you want, you can give a separate name. That is up to you. Okay, now the Python environment and the Jupyter Notebook kernel has been created. So just exit this Anaconda prompt and go back to the Anaconda Navigator. So from here, you need to go to environments and select the TensorFlow environment. You can do that from the home as well using the drop down menu, and you need to then install the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so I'm just checking the version that I need to install from the base. So it's 6.5.4 that I usually use. Now, I just want to use that particular version, that is 6.5.4 for me, because I like the way that the interface looks for me to work. If you want, you can keep installing the higher version as well, but not lower than this. I will tell you why not lower than this as well. So see, if you launch below 6.5.7, it's going to it might throw an error, might not throw an error. For me, there was this error. I think it's because of this particular version that I'm trying to install, because now maybe due to some changes in the new modules and installations, there could be this issue. So I changed the version to 6.5.7, and now we you can see that the notebook is opening now. So let's check that whether we are able to open the files or not. Okay, so see, we are able to open the file. Now let's try installing, sorry, importing the TensorFlow module, and if it is able to import, then it means that it's going to work. Okay, so you can see here that the processing is still going on. So it will take some time to import the TensorFlow module, because it's a little bit heavy module than the other modules. So it's still processing. Okay, so it's done. Okay, so that's it for this particular video, and hopefully this helps. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.